ESPN.
What up, nation? Welcome to another edition of the Wise Take MLB DFS Wise Stream. CK013 here. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013. And I, of course, am from the Wise Take Nation, which you can find on all the social media platforms listed above or directly at wisetake.com. Joined once again by the GOAT, the true OG, that many of you know, Paulie D. You can find him on Twitter at Paulie with 8 D's. Paulie, what's happening?
Happening, baby.
Another day, another dollar.
Yeah.
Flip the script on him. Flip the script.
Another day, another dollar.
Another slate.
My father gave me $1.
Another slate yesterday where, like, you get one piece right and just can't get the full completion to dominate, right? Like like just like the Toronto thing, and when the catcher went and did the dirty, hit the grand slam. You think things are looking up. You think that means you're gonna do really well, but you just can't get the little bit of help from teams like the Rockies or any of them other.
The fucking Rockies on the road, you know. Yeah. Every year I fuck with it. It never works.
It never fucking works, bro.
Done with.
I mean, what can you do? It's either you're done with it or you do it again today. It's one or the other. Down and dirty. Let's get into the pitching, man. We've got Walker Buehler up top. A couple other names. Sixto Sanchez is like in the 9K range on FanDuel. He is like 6'2" on DraftKings, so a pretty big discrepancy there. What are your thoughts on spended pitchers?
Yeah, I'm not really into most of them. Michael Wacha, though, that's I could do. 9-2. Michael Wacha makes a lot of sense.
Makes a whole lot of sense. But just about as much sense as Sixto at 9K.
Oh, he deserves it, but I don't know. Whatever. I don't like any of the spend ups. If you put a gun to my head, maybe I'd take a little whiff of Walker Buehler, but I don't like any of the spend ups.
I actually like Buehler. I do like him. He's the only stud that I actually genuinely like. Lance Lynn and Clevenger I think are okay. May have like sprinkles of them when I'm doing like 100 teams, but Buehler's the only one that I want any kind of decent ownership on. And it's more about the trends, right? Like he's trending in the right direction. He's had 2 really good starts after a shitty start to the season. The D-backs traded away Marte because that meant something, and clearly they just don't really, they know what the season is. They know what it is. They're accepting it. They're getting on the knees, pulling out white flags. They're accepting their fate of being a bad team this year. So they're scrappy. So I understand why you wouldn't want to pay the money for Buehler. But I like him a little bit. No interest, though, in Clever Lynn?
Nah.
Dirty style. Clevenger has like a 5X FIP. I don't know what the fuck happened. It's like...
Yeah.
Like, he's not like... dirty.
I don't know.
Dirty. What about the mid-tier?
That he snuck out. Must have been laced with crack and it's fucked him up.
Being a dick. What do you like in the mid-tier?
This is where I plan to live. Spencer Turnbull, Andrew Heaney, Taylor Mahle with the wind blowing in, Andrew Hauser. Sign me up. Right there. That's the pitcher pool.
Pitcher pool all day. It's interesting, bro. We got so Heaney's looking like he's gonna be the chalk, right? And for good reason. He's playing the Rangers, bat against lefties. You look at that lineup, you only recognize about 4 names total. Mahle,
they're waving.
Right. Mahle just did the dirty to the Cubs in Cincinnati. Now he's gonna be in Wrigley with 15-mile-an-hour winds. Cubs 3rd in strikeouts this season. And then you got Hauser, who was just embarrassed by the Tigers in his last game, but that game was in Miller Park. This one is in Detroit. But to MG's point, MG, longtime White State Nation member, he was talking to me in a Slack chat the other day, basically saying that like sometimes he feels like he gets frustrated when it's the same teams playing the same fucking teams over and over again.
I feel like this year's been the epitome of that.
Yeah.
It's like, I just saw this 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's like, damn.
It's crazy. And that's the exact situation we are in today. So I am with you on those pitchers. I think that they're all. Malley was probably be my favorite. We have the wind blowing in. Obviously, he's got some strikeout stuff. Heaney worries me about being as popular as he looks, but I don't really have anyone else. Like that's why I like Bueller. I think is because I'm hoping that most people just go with that mid tier, and I sneak up to the tippy top. And the people that do go to the top are gonna play Sixto. Sixto Sanchez. Sixto.
Right? Sexto.
Sexto. Sexto all day, bro. That would be my porn name. Sexto Sanchez. that would be mine. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, with that said, what about the cheapies?
Yeah, so we saw what the sex god could do. If you're not attacking him, I recommend using him some. And I think John Means is viable against the Mets. Big Park, Big Dick. Mets have been
It's funny though.
somewhat struggling. Like some of them are struggling, some of them are waking up. You never know what you're really gonna get, but I'm with it. And if you could sell me on this LJ Newsome guy, I'd be willing to listen, but I don't know enough about it to speak on it at this point. So, John Means, Sixto, if you're not using Brave stacks, I kind of like both. That's it, mate.
I agree with Sixto. I'm gonna go underweight on what he looks like, right? Like 20% or so, assuming he's like 30 or higher. Because I do like the Braves offense, and we'll talk about why. But I think that another interesting play to me is actually Joe Musgrove. And it's not that I like to pick on the White Sox. By no means do I like to pick on the White Sox. But Musgrove does have a couple interesting signs. Obviously, this park is a lot more pitcher-friendly than it would be in Chicago. Musgrove's xFIP sucks, but he does have a 26.3% strikeout rate and a 12.6% swinging strike rate. The White Sox are a very good offense, but like the Cubs, who is also a very good offense, they do strike out a lot, particularly to righties. So I just don't think that the expected outcome for Sixto against the hottest offense in the league right now, the Braves, should be really that different, especially considering he is so young. Should be that different, that drastically different from, Musgrove in a big park playing an offense that also strikes out a lot. And looking at the trends, the Braves dropped. All year they were like 4th, 5th in strikeouts to righties. They did drop to 12th. So that we figured that would eventually happen. They would start coming back down, and they have. So this isn't like a love affair thing for Musgrove, but I think I want to work him into the pool a little bit because I think he could be an interesting pivot off of Sixto. Holla. When you said John Means, it was like John Means Big Park, and I immediately thought Little Dick. So I guess we have a disagreement on the dick size of John Means. Because you mentioned his name, and I'm like, literally, when you said it, you said Big Park, and in my head, I immediately went Small Dick, and then you were like Big Dick, and I was like, oh, okay, so that's the core disagreement right there. We have a genuine core disagreement here, right here on the Y stream, guys. So if we had more time, we'd work that out, but we do got to talk about some bats. Let's talk about some bats, Paulie.
We would work that out. All right, I'm not really in love with any singular bat that much today, so I'm open to ideas. But the ones that I do like, I'm just going to be honest about this shit. I like the Pirates. I like the White Sox. I like that game altogether. I know it's not a Big Dick Park, but, Big Dick things can happen in it. Pittsburgh's bullpen not very good. White Sox has been. I don't know if that's going to last, if that's a real thing, or if regression is coming. But I'm just not sold on Dylan Cease. He doesn't really strike guys out. The swinging strike rate's under 10. The strikeout percentage is like south of 15. And I just feel like some of these Pirates do wake up. If you are trying to get Walker Buehler and a pricey guy, this is the lineup that helps you get there. They've got some power lefties that can do dirt. Josh Bell's bound to wake up. Greg Polanco. Colin Moran's actually been fairly good. Adam Frazier. And I don't think I really got to tell you why I like the White Sox. Joe Musgrove, neutral. He's 0-4 with a 6.62 ERA this year. This is one of the best offenses in baseball. I like the Atlanta idea against Sixto. You know, you can give the nation that little blurb you gave me. I really like Miami as well. Same game, same small dick. Kyle Wright walked 6 guys last game, 4 the game before that, 3 the game before that. The Marlins have stolen more bases by a lot than the next team in baseball. They're very aggressive when they get on. They just added some more speed in Marte. Tyler Flowers, not very good at throwing dudes out. I like both these offenses quite a bit. And I kind of like the Dodgers against Luke Weaver. I feel like I've tried this and failed multiple times, but I'll do it again. I think San Francisco's all right. I think Arizona against Walker Buehler is interesting if you're building a lot of teams. And I don't mind the Angels against Lance Lynn.
I'll let it PM. I agree with you on the Miami-Atlanta game, so we'll start with that one. I like the Miami side. That one was a little bit more obvious to me when doing my research. Kyle Wright's terrible. Like you said, he's got walk issues. He's just bad. The biggest dick, I think, on the slate is probably C-Dick, Corey Dickerson, who is expected to be very popular because he's underpriced on DraftKings. But he looks to be in a pretty good spot. He's been playing well. And so I'm with you on the Miami stack. I was a little disappointed to hear that there were a couple, I think Marte, you said, and Dickerson were pretty high in projected ownership. That kind of sucks, but
that's FanDuel.
Oh yeah, that was FanDuel. I still think C-Dick will be up there. Maybe not Marte. I was surprised by Marte. C-Dick I expected. Leading off 3,200 on a slate where people are getting greedy and they want to play, expensive stuff. But I like big butts and I cannot lie. But I like Miami. Let me make a case for the Braves, though, because like I said, the Marlins are an easier sell. That was just, there.
Marlins easier sell than the Braves.
Well, when attacking the pitchers, right? Kyle Wright versus Sixto. You know what I mean? So I'm assuming Sixto is going to be pretty popular on DraftKings. He's looked awesome. And we've only had, three starts? Maybe 4 games, something like that. 2 xFIP, 26.8% K rate, 13.5% swing and strike rate. 64.7% ground ball rate. Phenomenal. However, the Braves have a 141 WRC plus over the last 14 days. They have been the best overall offense. Interestingly enough, with Sixto, 40 plate appearances against lefties, a 174 WOBA, 0 ISO, 40% K rate. To righties in 31 plate appearances, a 408 WOBA, a 300 ISO, a 9.7% strikeout rate. Now, he does have a 61% ground ball rate. However, this heavily right-handed Braves offense has a lot of fly ball hitters. I think Ozuna and Riley, and I guess Inciarte, 3 players, have ground ball rates above 40%. Everybody else is below 40% or 40% or lower. So this is a team that does hit a lot of fly balls. I typically like the combination when you have one of each, a fly ball guy and a ground ball guy. I think, they should be able to elevate a lot of these pitches. And Sixto is being hit hard. It's not like he's not giving up hard contact. He's just giving up a lot of ground balls. So it's a little early normally to judge this guy on his splits, I think. We haven't seen enough of him. But this is a short season. We really don't have much to work on. This is it. Like, we're at the end of the season at this point. That's it. So I do like the Braves. And that's why I think they were a tougher sell, even though they're a much better offenses. Because anybody... Yeah, sure. Attack Kyle Wright. He sucks ass. But I think Sixto is going to be pretty popular, and he's probably one of the leverage-ish guys that I would like to attack. Again, I will have 20%, so if I take down Donkeys today and he's in my lineup, I don't want to fucking hear no shit. But I'm going to have equal amount of Brave stacks, Brave 5-man stacks, that I will to Sixto ownership. Holla at a PM. I'm going to talk about one more game. Specifically, obviously, I do write the article at whitestick.com. You can go check out the MLB breakdown to see my top 5 stacks. But the one other game I'll talk about is the Giants Seattle game. You had mentioned this Newsom dude, and there really wasn't a ton of data on him. He's only had a couple games in the majors, only 1 start. He's not fully stretched out. The longest he's thrown so far is 60 pitches, so maybe he gets up to 70, 75. But there was really nothing special about him. I know right now his strikeout rate looks absurd, but I didn't see anything in his minor league numbers to believe that was legit. I think he should be somewhere around the 18% range, which maybe that is where he's at. But the Giants are actually second in WRC plus over the last 14 days. On top of that, when looking at both of these teams, these are literally two of the worst bullpens in the league. Two of the highest xFIPs in the league right here in this game. And you have two pitchers who are not expected to go very deep. One because he's not stretched out. One because he sucks. So even though these are two offenses that people don't love, and we are waiting for the Giants lineup, we've got Evan Longoria was scratched yesterday. Alex Dickerson got a cute tag. So we got to see what the lineup looks like. But I actually do like both offenses in this Giants and Mariners game because I do think it will be low owned. And I think, like I said, we have a lot of upside. So late night hammer action. The Dodgers, I think, will be a little more on the popular side. I do think they're in a very good spot. Same thing with the Padres. They're both in phenomenal spots. I just think the ownership is going to be elevated and escalated. And I think that the Giants and Mariners are kind of going to get left alone. And whenever I look at those late games and I try to project ownership, I try to think like if I was playing a 2-game slate with these two games, I would expect most people in that situation to go after to play Buehler with the Dodgers. I don't think, and then the Giants second. I don't think too many people would play the Mariners. So I just think that both sides could go pretty low owned in general, and I think there is more upside. This park has played more hitter friendly this year than we're used to. So I think there's definitely potential for dirties to be done, and that's that.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'm with you.
How let it be?
Could be done.
What?
You like the Giants side, Seattle side better?
I like the Giants side better because I think they're a better team. They're just easier to play. But the Mariners side is really like this. That's going to be like, you want to talk about ownership. I don't think nobody in their right mind is playing the Mariners today. Nobody in their right mind. You know what I mean? I like what you said about the Angels and Lynn. So I dug and dug to see what the criteria was for Texas to open up their roof. And I don't know if it was like I read somewhere that like in their Q&A section it says something like, I don't know, 75 degrees or some shit, which is just unrealistic for Texas in baseball season. But if they were going to open it, it would be on a day like today. I haven't said anything, but it's like 82 degrees out in Arlington today. So if they were going to do it, I would think today would be the day. 82 degrees. There's
you know what's the least amount of home runs this year?
What's that?
That's the park that's allowed the least amount of home runs this year.
Oh yeah, man, it's been extreme. Absolutely, it's been extremely pitcher friendly. But when at the thought of like attacking Lynn, the Angels are one of those teams that I had like right on the outside because Lynn does have a lot of fraudulent type numbers. I'm not saying he's not a decent pitcher, but he does have like I think it's like a 216 batting average balls in play. Like things could definitely go wrong for him quick. And even if he's not the guy that gets tattooed per se, if his pitch count is up and he's out in 4 innings or 5 innings, like that Ranger bullpen is terrible. And the Angels against righties this year do have really positive numbers overall. So I did think that was one of the sneakier ones. I think most people are looking at, I'm either going to play Lance Lynn or I'm not playing anything in this game besides maybe Heaney. But I think there could be some upside for the Angels. The Rangers, it's hard. Like you look at them and you're just like, I don't see it. I don't fucking see it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But I don't really know. Like I said, I don't know a lot of these guys. Like Anderson, Tejada, Leote. Wasn't that the name of? No, it was Yodi. What was the name of Garfield's dog? Yodi? Leote.
Who the fuck is Garfield?
You don't fucking know Garfield, the cat, bro?
Oh, the cartoon?
Yeah, bro.
He had a dog?
You don't remember the best? He had a best friend. It wasn't his best friend. It was just the dog. The owner had the dog. There was, the Garfield, and there was a dog, and it was like Yodi or something like that. Or I thought maybe it was Leote, but I don't think so. Oh, good point from Tony A in the chat. I forgot to mention, and I did write it up in the article. The roof is open in Arizona. Just make that clear. It's supposed to be like 95 degrees, but the roof is open in Arizona.
Always open.
Always open. With no fans, they're like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Tony A also says Newsom 25th best prospect in Seattle farm system. I looked. He's had, I think, 1, maybe 2 AAA starts. Most of his levels were in AA, but definitely good information to know from Tony A. All day. Nation, if you have any questions, let's get him in. Let's get him in heavy, and we are going to do some home runs. Who's going deep, Paulie?
Good question. I'm gonna roll with Calhoun.
Cole Calhoun. I will go with. I'm gonna go with Adam Duvall.
All right, I'm gonna take Ronald Acuna.
Oh, the Acuna. I like that. I like that a lot. I will go with. Shit. I guess I'll go with Brandon Belt. Holla.
All right, I'll take Eloy Jimenez.
Eloy, and I will go with Maximus Muncy. Maximus, that's the name, not Maximum. I believe that's Tree. Tony A says winds blowing in at Wrigley 17 to 20 miles an hour. Malley struck out 11 Cubs last week. That is correct. Aaron Lambert, favorite pitcher and stack tonight on FanDuel. Fandesius Maximus.
Okay, change this shit. Oh, here you go. Favorite pitcher / stack on FanDuel. Give me. Does it have to be on the same team? No, right?
No, I think he just means like in general.
Tyler Mahle and the White Sox.
Mollywop. Austin Clampett, White Sox Nation member. All I needed was Andujar. All I needed was Andujar to hit a home run when he came up. Last at bat with Frazier and Torres on. That would have got me first in a small tournament. Still a good night. Austin, we're making progress though, bud. Making progress, bro. I know you've had some, I believe it was you. We had some frustrations recently, but some progress. We're getting there. It was very, very shameful. The Yankees couldn't do a little bit more to keep that game juicing. Toronto did their part, though. Toronto did. Tony A says, best low-owned stack you guys like to put in a big GPP. The big one.
The big one?
It's a big
Braves.
One. The Braves. 100% the Braves. I'm glad you said that because I agree. And again, like to me, we always look for like upside at low ownership, right? Marlins have a terrible bullpen. The Sixto kid looks really good. I'm not gonna argue that. But in the event that he's having an off day or the Braves do have somewhat of an edge on him, you're taking one of the best offenses against righties this season, the hottest offense, at least in terms of WRC plus, over the last 2 weeks in the league, at very low ownership because Sixto should be pretty popular. Even on FanDuel, like it may not be a leverage spot. I don't think Sixto is going to be popular on FanDuel, but I do think the Braves will still be low owned. I don't think people are dying to pick on this kid. So I think on both sites you can get the Braves low owned, and I'm with it to get different. Yeah, get different. With that said, Nation, please hit the like button. A couple more people in here than usual. I like that, man. I know baseball is kind of like, dragging nuts across the face, but, what you got, Paulie? You really want to say something? Either that or you smelled a really bad fart. It's one of the you hits me in the face, like.
I forgot I had some NBA squads and I'm making changes.
Oh, word. Giannis is out, brah. Giannis is out, brah. 6 minutes to get that dirty done. NFL show tonight, Nation. Myself and Patio Joseph. We will be going game by game to torture ourselves to provide you guys with glorious NFL content. So we'll cover all games in a first look. The actual NFL Wise stream will be Friday nights, late night, because Patio Joe's a West Coast mofo. So everything's got to be late night all day. With that said, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you are with that notifications bell on so that you don't miss any of the free DFS content we do here and on Twitch. Give the Twitch some love. But appreciate the likes, guys. We'll be back at it tomorrow with MLB and tonight with some first look NFL. And tomorrow night, Paulie and myself will be doing a Showdown NFL wide stream. We'll be talking some Showdown stuff. We got our boy Tribeezy writing up the Showdown articles for NFL. So it's going to be a glorious, glorious NFL season. I could feel it. Many, many monies, many, many wins. Take down many, many GPPs. For Paulie D.
Many, many.
Many, many dicks. For Paulie D, for myself, the entire Wise Tech Nation, as always, good luck.
7.